higher education funded through taxpayer dollars. The fourth system of higher education in California is known as the independent sector, colleges and universities that are not supported by taxpayer funds. They are sometimes referred to as private colleges. The fifth category consists of accredited colleges that specialize in preparing students for a particular career. The saying, "It takes a village to raise a child," it kind of applies to education as well. Our children need all the support they can get preparing for college. There are many things parents, brothers, sisters, friends, teachers, and neighbors can do to help. Information is key. Parents can start planning for a child's future as early as elementary school by talking with teachers, knowing what courses your kids are taking, and finding out which ones will best prepare them for college. All this should be available through your child's school. Parents just need to ask. So why go to college? Purcell Keeling can answer that.
It gave me the technical background to go into business. I took a lot of business classes. That was my major. I got an athletic scholarship out of high school to UCLA, and I actually ran for UCLA really just 1 year. I had a problem with the coach, but I was smart enough, I think, at that time. I went to class every day, and I went to practice every day, and I was able to fulfill my dream as far as getting a degree. You know, adversity for me was what made me strong. One of the things that got me through UCLA was my physiology teacher in high school. She was the last person that I got my grades from, and we kind of didn't hit it off that much, but I remember when I got my grades from her, she told me that I wasn't UCLA material. She had heard that I had gotten a scholarship, and she said, "You're not UCLA material." I went there, I was a salutatorian, and all you can do is run. And it really hurt me when she said that to me. Whenever I thought about giving up, and granted, I'm no different than anybody else, but I thought about what this teacher told me, and I didn't want to give her the satisfaction of being right. So I dug deeper, and that's what pulled me through.
Simply Wholesome. That's what Purcell calls his establishment. It's located in Los Angeles and is the largest African-American owned and operated restaurant and store of its kind in America.
It's really me. Everybody that knows me say, "This is you." I mean, when they say, "Oh God, what are you doing now, Purcell?" and I tell them what I'm doing, it's not far-fetched at all, because I've always been very athletic. I've always been health conscious, but I was doing that on a subconscious level. Once I got into this and started doing reading and stuff like that, it brought the conscious part to it. So I realized this is my niche, and I enjoy it.
With a little bit of Caribbean influence, Simply Wholesome offers a little something for everyone.
We have a vegetarian line of donuts that's out, that's, you know, fruit sweetened.
Add to that terrific tacos, sandwiches, smoothies, and it's all healthy, but more importantly, tasty.
It's sending out a message to people in the community, and a lot of young people, that if you work really hard, this is what you can do. The opportunity is out there, but you have to go and get it. Nobody's going to knock on the door and say, and hand it to you.
I come from an Indian reservation, and it's always been the case where folks from the outside end up managing our businesses. They end up being the doctors at our clinics, and it's folks from the outside who are supposedly taking care of us. We're just now getting to the point where we're sending people off to the university, coming back and taking some of the jobs and working for the tribe in a capacity that we've never been able to accomplish before.
These days, people are getting educated for a variety of reasons. Don Valencia works in Oakland with the MESA program, which reaches out to underserved students.
MESA creates partnerships between universities and local communities. The big fear that we hear within MESA is that if I send my student off to school, they're never going to come back. And that's a real legitimate fear. But the reality is, students come home, and students end up working in their community.
We know that to be the case in Parlier, with Jorge Aguilar and his classmates. Ramona Wilson is a college administrator.
We had a tribal education officer who came and actually found me at my school, looked at my grades and said, "You have college potential." I wish we had more mentors. I wish we had more people that had time to spend with children who don't have perhaps somebody at home that they can talk to and talk about what they want to do and plan.
That person could be anybody. That person could be you. Reach out and help a child, your child, someone else's, a brother, a sister, a neighbor, a friend. Educating our kids is an investment in our future and our society. And if you think it's impossible, remember Danny Hansen.
It's called Let the Flame Within Burn Brighter.
Let the flame within burn brighter. That's not only a philosophy Danny lives by, it's also the title of his book. That's right, his book. He wrote it using one finger, the only part of his body he can still move.
It's all not to be afraid to make the most of life.
Making the most out of life. That's exactly what Danny is doing. A book, an Associate of Arts degree, and now...
He's probably the first person I've ever heard of with Duchenne muscular dystrophy to graduate from college.
That's a wow.
It really is. Because school has always, it's been fairly hard for him, and he's just always plowed through and never where he could never take notes. And one of us has to be there, turn the pages for him as he reads. And it's amazing what he's accomplished with him.
To the sheer amazement and joy of his family, this is Danny's graduation from California State University, Sacramento, where he's receiving a bachelor's degree in public relations.
I would change it. I would like for him to be normal. A healthy boy that could run and jump and play. But I'm glad that we've got him. I'm glad that he's with us. I'm very proud for the example that he's been for us and to whoever he's around. And I'm really proud for everybody to know he's my son.
With not a dry eye in the place, Danny delivered the keynote address in his traditional fashion, using every bit of his heart and soul.
I hope when you look at me, you see more than this wheelchair or this ventilator. But I hope that you can see the smile on my face and the twinkle in my eye. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Danny, and all the other college graduates out there. You truly have done something remarkable. I'm Edward James Olmos.
Hey kids, your chances to go to college are even greater today than ever before. And that's because Governor Gray Davis and the California Legislature have created 2 new programs, the Cal Grant Entitlement Program and the Governor's Scholars Program. You need to 1, get good grades in your English, math, science, and social science classes, and 2, do well on the SAT-9 and college admissions tests. Then the state will help pay for you to go to college.
College, Making It Happen, is a production of the California Education Roundtable Intersegmental Coordinating Committee, ICC. Funding was provided by the California Student Aid Commission and Ed Fund.